Good evening, everyone. Are we ready to start our discussion today? Let's start our discussion now.
Yes, I'm ready.
Yes.
I'm ready as well.
All right, let's start now.
Before we start, let us introduce ourselves. My name is Muhammad Martin bin Abdul Kahar. My matric number is J46524.
Hi, my name is Sirajuddin Samsudin. My matric number is J46548.
Hi, my name is Muhammad Ali bin Ahmed. My number is 846-539.
Hi, my name is Anisha Zanabiti Babar and my matric number is J46527.
And my name is Ashprit Kaur. My matrix number is G46522.
All right. Today we are going to discuss about cybersecurity. Although cashless or online transaction provide convenience to us, the over-reliance on such services may pose risk to users' privacy. The end of the discussion, we hope to come up with solution about the manage the cybersecurity issue in our cashless or online transaction activity. To begin our discussion, I'd like to start by providing some background information regarding our topic. Digitalization of financial services increased dramatically in 2019 and 2020, with online banking transaction growing from 1.7 billion transaction to 2.5 billion transaction. It shows 49% growing from 2019 to 2020. According to FinTech News Malaysia, online transaction also jumped to 600 million with over 53 online service providers in the country. The user growth can be an indicator of the popularity of cashless or online transaction in this country. Um, what's your view on cashless or online transaction?
For me, cashless transaction is a process of buying goods and service against money where there is not physical currency is involved. The physical currency is replaced by numbers of methods that powered by digital information technology and are capable to transfer money from one person bank account to another person's. Meanwhile, in the research study on the effect of cashless transaction on people's spending behavior, it is said that Gupta 2017 said cashless transaction is one where the payment is made by mean other the physical case. This definition clearly show that cashless transaction are a new financial system today that will gradually replace the existing cash. This system is growing from time to time according to the development of technological trends. Cashless payment has become a choice for the large number of people today. As, as it is said, to be more convenient and safer to use in all daily and business transaction, I also choose pay cashless.
Okay. For me, I think most countries around the world are now working towards making their country completely cashless. In China, most transactions are through mobile payments. The largest payment service providers in China are Alipay and WeChat Pay. So all payments for taxis, bike sharing, food delivery, and more are through smartphone payments. And then in 2016, Alipay broke records when 175 million transactions were made via smartphones every day. In fact, payments made via smartphones also reached over 38.6 trillion yuan, or equivalent to 5.775 trillion USD dollar, an increase of over 200% from the previous year. In addition, the result of a study conducted by Ipsos from 2017 showed that almost all restaurants and eateries in China accept payment in digital form. This clearly proves that the average Chinese citizen no longer carries cash because everything can only be paid using a smartphone.
Well, in my opinion, cashless transactions are a good thing. Besides to being practiced in China, it has also been practiced for a long time in Sweden. According to a report from Sinar Harian, Sweden has ranked first as the most cashless country in the world. This is because only 2% of the country's transactions involves cash. In fact, most shops they are no longer they no longer accept cash. Only 20% of shops in this country accept cash, which is a catalyst for consumers to use cashless transactions. So consumers have to follow the flow of this technological age as the society of the country must accept the change. In addition, Sweden was the first European country to issue cash in 1661, and according to various sources, it may be the first country to stop using cash. Sweden is also one of the most advanced countries in the field of technology and has been ahead and is ready to pave the way to become the first cashless society in the world. Indirectly, this means at some point in the future, the use of cash will no longer be relevant in Sweden.
In my personal view, Malaysia's transformation to its digital economy is increasingly being accepted and welcomed by the people. In the Budget 2020 presentation, former Finance Minister YB Lim Guan Eng announced the provisions of e-Tunai Rakyat worth RM30 ringgit as one of through selected e-wallets, namely GrabPay, Touch and Go and Boost. This e-Tunai Rakyat can be redeemed starting from 15 January 2020 until 14 March 2020 and must be spent within the 2 months period. The massive e-Tunai Rakyat campaign has triggered a Malaysian to race to download the e-wallet application. This initiative by the government is a stimulus to encourage Malaysians towards a cashless society. In fact, this is not the first time the government has made such an initiative. In 2016, there was a massive improvement in the new debit card system. Meanwhile, at the end of 2017, Bank Negara Malaysia announced that all banking transactions that were previously charged 50 cents for instant transaction would be abolished starting July 1st, 2018. In fact, in 2017, former Youth and Sport Minister YB Khairi Jamaluddin also mentioned that Malaysia was heading towards a cashless society by 2050. At that time, many did not take it seriously and considered it is as a joke, and even became a joke on several portals. This may be because knowledge about cashless transaction was still shallow among consumers. In contrast to now, consumers are increasingly accepting the change towards this digital economy. This can be proven based on the 2020 budget speech. The number of mobile payment transaction increased 20 times to more than 34 million transaction in 2018 compared to 2 million transaction in 2017.
I agree with all of you. In Malaysia, we started introducing cashless payment transaction in 2018. This effort is in line with the government desire to reduce reliance on cash payment transaction by 63% by 2020. However, at that time, this practice was still not widely practiced. It began to grow rapidly when the COVID-19 pandemic occurred. Berita Harian reported that the ongoing pandemic has increased the use of digital payment among Malaysians. However, despite the advantages of using cashless or online transaction, we need to pay attention to several threats, especially to users' privacy. The over-reliance on such services may pose risk to users' privacy. For example, government can access personal and business data and can track consumer spending as well as business groups such as those involved in tax evasion. Do you agree with me that the over-reliance on such services may pose risk to users' privacy?
Yes, Martin. Users are particularly concerned about becoming victims on institutions such as online fraud, hacked user account, and other incidents that affect the digital economy and electronic transaction. A form of attack involving the modification of instruction is designed to compromise the ability of the operating system to execute the original code instruction. The presence of potential information, intrusion, and unauthorized access created exploitable vulnerable vulnerabilities vulnerabilities in operation of e-wallet application.
Another negative stigma surrounding cashless transactions is identity theft and loss of important information. As we are still adjusting to digital transactions, the risk of sensitive information being exposed can happen to anyone.
In today's fast-paced world, cashless and online transaction has become a cornerstone of modern convenience. From paying bills to buying groceries, digital payments make life easier and more efficient. However, in my opinion, our growing reliance on this system has opened the door to significant cybersecurity risks that cannot be overlooked, especially when it comes to the privacy of users. The convenience of cashless transaction is undeniable. With just a smartphone or a card, we can settle payments in seconds, track our spendings, and even enjoy discount or rewards. But I believe this convenience comes at a cost. Our personal information is constantly being shared and stored online, making us vulnerable to cyber threats. Each transaction leave behind a trail of sensitive data such as bank account numbers, contact information, and even location details. The more we rely on digital payments, the more exposed we became to privacy breaches. As more individuals shift towards paying or purchasing digitally, the risk of online fraud and information hacking will also increase.
Yes, I agree with Anis. The increase in cashless transactions will further increase cybercrime. How well is our data security protected? All personal financial information is stored in cyberspace. Hackers can hack this existing system at any time. Vulnerabilities in the e-wallet software itself may also provide an opportunity for hackers to penetrate the e-wallet in question. Direct threats to e-wallet, namely those related to access control, security breaches related to compromise of fingerprints or facial data of users are potentially threats. Biometric data is also vulnerable to attack using contemporary risk. This device used to install the application is vulnerable to exploitation as a way to compromise the security of the application.
And what is the solution that could we take to manage the cybersecurity issue in our cashless or online transaction activities?
People can avoid becoming victims of cashless payment scams by taking a few precautionary measures.
From me, we need to protect our personal information, such as identity cards numbers, account numbers, banking password, one-time password, OTP number as best as possible.
Yes, that's right. Never give personal information to unknown parties. Users should always be alert when communicating with unknown individuals or parties, especially through phone calls.
If we notice suspicious activity in banking activities or receive an invalid transaction message, immediately contact the National Scam Response Center (NSRC) line, which is 997 to block the transaction.
Apart from that, the government also need to upgrade the existing security system to prevent this kind of thing from happening. Not only that, cybercrime acts and laws need to be streamlined and tightened.
Agree with you.
Yes, that's right.
All right, after listening to the opinions presented in this discussion, most of us agreed that over-reliance on such services may pose risk to users' privacy. For conclusion, we need to be vigilant when making online transactions. We should not give banking information to strangers. Do not click on link when we receive suspicious email, especially those involving banking. If there is anything suspicious, we should report to the NSRC at 997. Most important, the government need to improve our security system and streamline laws so that cybercrime does not occur in online transaction. I think we have reached the end of the discussion. Time does not allow us to continue talking longer. I'll stop here and see you again. Bye bye.
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 Thank you.
See you.
Bye.